This is the 5th time I'm trying to make this intro because I just can't speak. That's it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I transform this space into a sewing room. I'm trying to make this channel a bit more personal, so that's why I'm sitting down and talking to you guys and talking to a camera, which I don't do often because I'm just not comfortable with it. So I'm guessing you're just like thinking, okay, so why are you doing YouTube then? Because I wanted to do YouTube and I wanted to step out of my comfort zone, and I think we should do things that scare us. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm practicing because I think it just takes practice to get better at something. I moved into this house with my brother in October, and my mom moved to the UK in October as well, and she moved in with us. She's a dressmaker. She's been a dressmaker for like 40 years. And we're gonna start a business together. We just opened an Etsy shop for her. I will link it down below if you're interested. And we're also gonna start a YouTube channel for her. So that's one of the reasons I did make over this space, so we can do nice videos in the space for her channel. This space was meant for her anyway, but it was not looking nice. So I just wanted to make sure that it's properly done and clean and nice and tidy so we can do better quality videos. So we have this big living room in the house. So one part is the actual living room, and we have a dining room in the middle, and this space is gonna be the sewing room for her. I'm gonna show you some before footage of the whole space so you can take a look how it was looking. I don't really want to show you the before footage because I'm embarrassed by it. So I thought it made more sense to show you the before footage now, so you have a better understanding what I'm talking about. So this is the living room. I was doing some DIY project when I took this video, and also it was Christmas time. That's why we have the tree up on the footage. So the landlord has 2 armchairs. Those are not ours. The dining set, actually, we just bought it on Facebook Marketplace for £50, but we are gonna paint it. Even my brother has his spinning bike here. This space just looks so bad. Of course, the wallpaper is super old. The curtain rod and the curtains are so old looking, and my mom put her sewing stuff here, but it's just such a mess. Probably now you understand why I needed to make over this space. Let's just say when we moved in, this wasn't the first thing I wanted to do. We had so many other things to do. If you have seen my other videos, you've seen the storage spaces that I did a makeover on. They looked horrible. We couldn't put anything in there until they were done. So that's why I did those first. And then I did my bedroom, which was important because I spent my whole day there because I work from home. So I wanted to make sure that I have a nice space to work from, and also just be in there makes me happier. So that's why the living room is not done, and it's not gonna be done for a while because this is not something that I'm gonna focus on in the next few months. So you're gonna see on the footage that we have wallpaper in the living room, like the whole space is just covered by wallpaper. And maybe I'm wrong and I don't know about this trend, but why would you want to paint over wallpaper? Just why? I don't understand. That's what they did, the previous tenants, or I don't know who. So it even makes it harder to remove the wallpaper. So it was a pain to remove it. If you have seen my bathroom makeover, it was a struggle to remove that wallpaper. And that one is actually already peeling off. So it was even in a worse state, but it was easier to remove. But it took me like 6 hours to do that small space, and here it's just even worse because they painted over the wallpaper. But I had a wallpaper scraper which helped a lot to remove it, so it wasn't that bad that I expected. But still, it was like, why? Just don't be lazy, remove the wallpaper and paint the walls properly, like honestly. So I just removed the wallpaper on this side. I didn't do the whole room because I didn't have time for that, and it's not gonna be done for next few months. So that's why you're gonna see on the footage that one part is done and one part is not. So just forget about that. It's gonna be like this, that's it. So I removed the wallpaper. It took a few days because I was just doing a few hours every day. And I learned my lesson when I did the bathroom makeover. I didn't use primer there, and I had to apply like 4 coats of paint. It was alright, but I didn't get a nice finish. So I learned my lesson and I applied 2 coats of primer in the space, and then I applied 2 coats of paint. I just used white pure brilliant white color. That's the name of the color. I wanted this to be a really minimalist style, neutral colors. It might seem like I'm not a minimalist because I'm designing spaces, but actually I am. Just because you're a minimalist, you can still have a nice design in your house. You don't have to spend like so much money on items, and you don't have to have so many things. Of course, my camera died. So what I was saying is that I only buy things that I actually use, or things that aesthetically pleasing to my eyes and make me happy. So that's what I did with the space. I only bought things that we actually need or she needs. And she already had a bunch of stuff, so I didn't have to buy a lot of things. Of course, my mom and my brother are not minimalists, so they have more stuff than I do. They're not hoarders, but definitely they have more things that I do. So I guess you just have to compromise when you live with other people. So let's just jump into it. I'm gonna show you some before footage, and then I'm gonna show you how I transformed this space into a sewing room. So I didn't fill in the holes by the window because it's so hard to drill into the walls in this house. So I'm just gonna use the same holes for the curtain rod. And guys, look at that, those holes, not even close to a straight line. But it's fine, once I have the curtain up, no one would actually see it. I bought this sheer curtain at IKEA for only £3.50. It's insane. It's really nice. This just shows you don't have to spend a lot of money to design your house. So I bought these collabs, I don't know how to say it, IKEA storage cubes. So they're gonna be the legs for one of the tables I'm gonna use for the space. So we need 2 tables. My mom already had 2 legs. And a tabletop, which I can use, so that's great. I didn't have to spend money on it. So that's gonna be for the actual sewing machines. So we need another table for cutting the fabric, and she can do her sketches on it and stuff like that. So I thought it was gonna be a good idea to have these cubes. She can keep all of her stuff in the cubes. So it's a lot of storage space, which is really great. And since we don't have a lot of space here, it's just this section, which is not enough for a proper sewing room. That's why I thought that maximizing the space under the table is gonna be really good, because she can just put everything in there and save a lot of space, and also it looks good. So this is gonna be the base. But in order to have that as a base, I'm gonna need to attach the pieces together. I'm gonna use some hinges and I'm just gonna attach them together so they don't move around. And if you wanna do this, that's really easy actually. You just have to make sure that it's properly lined up together. So there's a gap here because these two units are a bit bigger than the actual unit, if that makes sense. So these two are 78 centimeters, and this one, because this one is a horizontal piece or vertical, I don't know, it depends which way you're looking at it. So this one is 77 centimeters, so that's why there's a 1 centimeter-ish gap here. So you can leave it as it is, fine. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put a board here, attach it to the unit, and I'm gonna paint it, and it's gonna be good. But if you have a big tabletop, then which gonna cover the whole area, then you don't even have to do this part. But we have a tabletop which is 175 centimeter wide, so it's not gonna cover completely these units. So that's gonna be like 1 or 2 centimeters that's gonna stick out, but it's gonna be by the wall. I don't care, it's fine. We live with that. I'm not gonna spend money on an extra tabletop just so I can cover it completely. You can use it as it is after you've done that. You can just put a tabletop on it and use it. But the height is not the best. My mom needs it to be like a little bit higher. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna attach wheels on the bottom. That's gonna give enough height to the table, and it's gonna be high enough. And also why that's good is because I'm also gonna use this table here, because I usually do my recipe videos here for my YouTube channel, for my other YouTube channels, and I want to have a table which I can move around easily, so I can put up my tripods, my lighting and everything. So it's gonna be so much easier just to roll it out and I can do my videos. And also I wish we had a bigger space to do just a separate wall for taking photos of the dresses that she's gonna make, but it's a small space, we don't have space for that. So that's why it's good that I'm gonna have this table with the wheels, so I can easily move it, and we're gonna have the white walls behind me for taking the photos. So it's gonna be easier just to move the table when we take a shot and then move it back, and it's convenient. So that's why it's really good. So even though I have the hinges, which I'm gonna attach to the pieces, I wanna make sure that they're not gonna move around or not gonna break or whatever. So I'm gonna attach some boards on the bottom, and those are gonna actually keep the pieces together definitely, and I can add the wheels to that board. So let me show you. So I got these big pieces, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna place it here, and I'm gonna just cut it here, and gonna do the same with the other pieces, and I'm just gonna stack them up and use some screws to secure them. And that's gonna be the base, and it's quite thick, like I don't know, like 1 or 2 centimeters. So that's gonna keep everything together, and I'm sure these boards are not gonna break. So that's great. You can use, I think, like a thicker plywood, but I wasn't sure if it's gonna be sturdy enough to hold all the weight, because it's not just the cubes, also the stuff that's gonna be inside the cubes and the tabletop. So I'm not sure if a plain plywood would be able to keep all that weight, but maybe yes, I don't know. I thought it was just gonna be easier to have this and just cut them and add them to the bottom part. I'm gonna do that now, and then I'll show you the end result. So first I used the pencil to mark where I needed to drill holes. Then I just added the hinges and used screws to secure them. So I put the boards on the top of the cubes and it's gonna look like this. I just have to, of course, cut them here, and I think it's gonna be fine. There's a small gaps between them, but that's totally fine. It's gonna be enough to hold the whole unit. So I'm gonna cut them off now, and then I'm gonna secure them to the table, to the cubes. I drilled 3 holes in each board, 1 in the middle and 2 on both ends. Then I attach the wheels. So I finished the storage space. I'm really happy how it turned out. I was gonna paint the actual wood on the bottom, but I think I'm gonna keep it that way because I just like it that it's a bit separated from the white. And also the tabletop, which I'm gonna put on the top, has the same wood tone on the side. It's not the same color, but it's similar, so I think it's gonna look nice. As I mentioned, there's a small gap at the end, so the white part is sticking out a little bit, but things like this you cannot even tell unless you actually look. So I'm really happy how it turned out, and so much storage space, which is great. And yeah. So it's the next day. I wanted to finish the room yesterday, but I was just so tired, and also the light was really not good outside. It was getting dark, so I thought I'm just gonna sleep on it and continue tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna put up a cork board behind me. So originally I wanted to have a pegboard for my mom, but she was not a fan of it. She doesn't want to have any metal or plasticky looking things in the space. She let me do what I want. That was the only thing that she told me not to. So I'm just gonna use a corkboard instead as a vision board or board that she can use to store her sketches and whatever. So I painted this white, the frame and the cork as well. So it's gonna blend into the wall really nicely. I could have used a different colors, like, I don't know, pink, red, whatever. But I thought it was gonna be better if I painted white. and her sketches and designs are just gonna pop. They're gonna look better, I think, than having a pink or really colorful corkboard. So I'm gonna put this up now, and then I'll continue with the rest of the room. So we had these two table legs, so we didn't have to spend money on it, so that's great. And we needed another tabletop, because the one we have, we used it for the other table. So I wanted to get the same tabletop. It doesn't cost much, like £25 at IKEA. So we found one on Facebook Marketplace for £12 with the legs. Metal legs, which we don't need actually, but basically the tabletop was just like £12, so that was a great deal. Even though it was damaged, they tried to hide it using some wood filler, but you were able to tell that it looked bad. But I was like, £12 is fine. What I did, I just used primer first and I painted it black so it matches the other tabletop. And it looks really good, so I'm just gonna put that on the top of these legs, and then I'm gonna add the machines, and yeah. So my brother found this chair on the street, which is insane. Why would you want to throw away such a piece? Like, I don't understand. It's in perfect condition. Some paint chipped off a little bit, but I'm not gonna paint it because it just gives even more vintage look to it. And I think it's just perfect for this space. I know that everything else is like a modern style, but I think I can mix it with a little bit of vintage. And it's just perfect. Like, even the color is good because it's like a really dark brown and black base. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it yet, but it's gonna be a good chair for people to sit down when they come over and try on the dresses when COVID was over, finally. So I'm just gonna leave it here for now, and then I'll decide later, but I just wanted to show that this is such a good piece and it was free. I feel like I just talk about stuff always that I find on the street. You might be thinking I'm walking on the street looking for stuff, but this piece was found by my brother, so it wasn't me. So I'm not walking on the street looking for stuff. So I'm just adding this mannequin into the corner so my mom can use it, and she's a little bit naked now, so I'm gonna put a dress on her later. So obviously my mom has tons of stuff. So this storage is gonna be perfect for her. So that's where I bought some boxes from IKEA. So I really like the color, and the texture I think goes well with the rest of the room. So I bought 4, and I'm just gonna place them here and on this side. I'm not gonna put anything in here. I'm gonna let her do it by herself because she knows better than me what she wants to put in here. So I'm just gonna put them here, and she will decide later on what she wants to do with them. I think they're gonna look so good in this space. So on the top shelves, I'm gonna put some fabric. So I'm gonna fold them up and stack them up. She can change them later if she doesn't like them this way. I just wanna put something here so it looks good on camera when I do the after shots. She might not want to have these on display. She will decide that, so I'm gonna do that now. So my mom had this light already, so I'm just gonna place it in the corner. So I'm gonna place her machines here, and she will bring down later the cables and everything, and she's gonna set them up. I'm just gonna place them here, and yeah. So I'm not gonna add anything on these walls. She can put up some images or pictures or whatever if she wants to, but I'm just gonna keep it blank and minimalist. This is the style I usually go for, and she doesn't like clutter either. She likes to have a simple, nice clean look, so that's why I'm gonna leave it as it is, and she might just do whatever she wants with it later. So I know that a chair is needed in the space so she can work, but it didn't arrive on time because of COVID and everything. So I'm just gonna put a picture up here so you can see which one I ordered. So picture it in the space. So it's gonna arrive later. So in the after shots, it's not gonna be here, but just keep that in mind that I didn't forget about the chair. So I wanted to have a curtain as a divider in the room, but we have this thick trim on the top, so that's where I was like, I'm just gonna drill the screws into the ceiling, I mean the curtain brackets or hooks, but we tried to do it and the stud finder showed that there are wires like everywhere in the ceiling and also on the top layer of the walls. So we couldn't do it on the ceilings. We are not professionals. I'm not gonna mess with that. So what I did, I ordered closet hooks and I put them on the walls on the side, and that worked. But in this case, there's a big gap between the ceiling and the curtain, so it doesn't look that nice, but honestly, I'm fine with it. I'd rather have that gap than not having any curtain as a divider. I could use another divider like a furniture or something else, but I really wanted this curtain. I wanted the curtain to be a little bit see-through, so it's still a divider, but you can tell it's the same room. So that's why I bought this curtain that's made from linen and cotton. So I think it's a good idea. So let me show you the end result, guys. In 3, 2, 1. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!